LDWMAC. What is your boy, the coach? You're live on the Coach Show, the Coach Show live. Folks. Jim. Well, folks, Sean Strickland been making a lot of allegations, right? And, everybody think the guy just crazy, I'm not a big fan of Sean Strickland, he got his ass whooped in the octagon. I was a little happy to see that. Because, the guy, he talks a lot, man. But I said, I wonder if any of his accusations are true. Like I started to wonder, is he telling the truth? Because remember I told you in the last video that older men dating younger women in MMA gyms and, any pretty much combat sports gym, it's a culture. Okay, it happens more than not. So, I just kind of did a Google search, just something, because, on Google, anybody can write anything, right? Anybody can write anything. But I started looking at some of the time frames. Now here, you see Aspen in the photograph, and, of course, she looks fairly young, but, from what I hear, she's about maybe 20 in this video, okay? She's about 19 or 20 in this video. Oh, this photograph, sorry about that. So, the article says that, West has been Aspen's coach for a number of years. And, here's an interview. I'm not going to play the interview because, YouTube, copyright violations and all that stuff. But, okay, so here's an interview from 2015, okay? Now, let's keep going, okay? Because I'm going to tell you where I'm going with this, okay? Aspen was talking, okay? Now, here's what she said. She said, West has been with Aspen for a number of years, and 20-year-old Aspen explained she had been training for 5 years, okay? And most of the athletes MMA Go started with were underage. Now, folks, I want y'all to look at that statement right there, okay? I want you guys to look at that statement. And I'm going to tell you something, okay? Nothing gets by Coach Shelton Harris, okay? Now, I mean, do I really care? I mean, what he's done? Well, he's with her now, they of age. But guys, to add context to what, Shitty Sean said, okay? Aspen explained she had been training 5 years, and most of the athletes MMA Go started with were underage. Why would she say that? Why would she say that? Most of the athletes they started with were underage, including yourself. Including yourself. So guys, if you subtract 20 minus 5, what is that? What is that? Now, she said she'd been training 5 years, but she still said that the athletes that were there, including her, were underage. She's talking about herself too. So, okay, now maybe the person in the article might be a little biased, but this is what Aspen said. Okay, she said this. The guy writing the article didn't say that the athletes were underage. Okay, Aspen said this. Aspen said it out of her own mouth. Okay, I think these people have a problem with age, okay? Now, she goes again and says, I've been training for 5 years, and I knew I wanted to train fight from day one. I just had to wait to get old enough, turn 18. Isn't that something? So Jim West says he met Aspen Ladd when she was 18. So, folks, we know that's a lie. Guys, we know that that's a bold-faced lie. I mean, he had to have met her before she was 18. Why lie about it? I mean, he was trying to say that she had been training prior to getting there, and then he just saw her at 18. No. According to Aspen Ladd, she was already there training. Damn. Boy, this boy Jim West can't tell the truth, can he? And then they said that she was born in 1995. In the interview, said she started training, 5 years prior. Okay, making her 15 at the time she started training, but, Then they say here that she was probably about 17 when she got with MMA Go. But the way Aspen Ladd said it, Aspen Ladd was like, no, they started with a lot of underage people. And she was in the gym. She was there. Oh, man. I tell you what, boy. And there's a lot of connotations in this article, too. She said she had to wait till she turned old enough. Now, of course, she can mean fighting, too. Or could Aspen Ladd could have meant old enough to come out with her relationship with her much, much older boyfriend that she shouldn't be dating. How about that? She did an interview, okay? Did an interview at 20. Training 5 years. Aspen Ladd would have had to have been 15 to 16 years old when she was in that gym. Damn. I guess some people, boy, they can't get away with their lies. And of course, he had to tell Aspen, hey, listen, baby, we got to lie about this because, I don't want people to think I'm some kind of pervert. Well, Jim, that's what people thinking. See, the thing of it is, man, with people like Jim West, they try to cover it up. You try to cover it up. Because deep down inside, Jim West got a thing, for that young. Jim West got a thing for that. This is what it is. And don't be shocked, man, if some young teenager come into MMA Gold. You better believe he's going to be checking out. I can tell you this now. He's going to be checking out. That's just what it is. He's going to be checking out. This guy met this girl before she was 18. Met her. Because Aspen Ladd is speaking in the context like she was already there at this gym. Okay, she's speaking in that context like she had already been there. Of course she was already there. Of course this guy knew who she was. Of course they knew each other. Of course that's the case. And I know that that's the case. Well, what's going to happen now? See, nothing really is going to come of it because, nobody's going to look at this. People are going to say, well, she was at least 16. She was above age, Maybe. But I do think that they need to investigate this probably a little bit further. I think they really see. I'm not an investigative reporter. I'm not a detective. I'm not into that. But I do believe that they probably need to go ahead and really truly investigate this to get the hardcore proof, to get the answers. Okay, I'm sure that there's some photographs around somewhere. I guarantee you that there's some photographs of Jim West and Aspen Ladd together. Okay, when she was underage, I'm pretty sure there are. Just have to do a little digging. Unfortunately, Coach Shelton Harrison don't have the time to do all of that. Okay? But, hey, maybe some of you guys, maybe y'all have that kind of time. I know I don't. But I do, now some of, after looking at this and listening to what Aspen Ladd said, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Sean Strickland was probably 100% right. And Jim West tried to cover it up. Jim West even went to Sean Strickland's Instagram to explain the situation. And it's like, wasn't nobody buying it? Well, nobody buying it. It's impossible. He said, well, he didn't meet her till she was 18. Really? Because Aspen talking like, boy, y'all know each other. Oh, and did they get to know each other?